The CEO of America's second largest bank is preparing for a possible U.S. debt default. This is a CNN story. Congress is once again bickering about raising the debt ceiling, the amount of money the U.S. government can borrow to pay its bills on time. And that means that corporate America has to be ready for the worst. The CEO of Bank of America, America's second largest bank, said he hopes lawmakers resolve their issues because the market and economy love stability, yet defaulting on the country's debt remains a possibility that cannot be ignored. We have to be prepared for that, not only in the country, but in other countries around the world. Bank of America CEO Brian Moynihan said, you hope it doesn't happen, but hope it's not a strategy, so you prepare for it. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has already warned Congress that the country could default on its financial obligations as soon as June if the debt ceiling is not raised before then. What are the chances that the debt ceiling is not going to be raised?
Zero.
Yeah. They do this every time.
Yeah,
every
every
time
time.
it's the same conversation.
Yeah, it's a kabuki dance. There's no question about it. But I still think in the end, though, it is Chairman Powell who's going to decide whether we have a recession or not.
Wow. Chairman Powell's going to decide.
Yeah, the Fed is going to decide.
And what do you think is going to happen? Right now, Goldman Sachs just lowered the odds of a recession from what it was before to now 25% is what they
35, yeah.
From 35 to
Yeah,
25%. This is an insider story. According to Goldman Sachs, the odds of U.S. economy slipping into recession has dropped from 35 to 25% over the next year. The upgrade in forecast is due to the combination of a surge in job numbers and improvement in business sentiment. A better-than-expected 517,000 payrolls were added in January, which suggests hiring is continuing despite rising inflation. But other economists are more pessimistic. Surveys by Bloomberg and Wall Street Journal have found the consensus view that there's a 65% chance of a sharp and severe downturn in the upcoming year. What do you think is going to happen?
First of all, I think these things are all manipulated, of course, because I'm a conspiracy theorist. So I don't know, but you could tell from the tone of Biden's State of the Union speech that he is hoping for a soft landing. A recession would really be problematic if, in fact, he gets to run for re-election. I don't know what's going to happen. I think the odds of the recession are somewhere in between. In other words, I'm not sure they're 65%, but I'm also not sure they're 25%. I think they're somewhere in the middle.
25, you don't think it's 25, you don't think it's 65. So if you're a betting man, would you bet on it happening this year, where the announcement will be made, U.S. goes into recession?
Well, first of all, they never announce it. In fact, even when you're in the recession, they deny that you're in a recession. So it's not like they make a formal announcement, but I do think you could have a substantial slowdown in the economy, yes, more than what we've seen.
I definitely agree on terms of that. And obviously, unless they edit the definition for recession.
Well, they did what the White House did when it was 2 quarters of negative growth. They're like, no, we didn't say that. They changed the Wikipedia definition. They're like, no, we didn't. Look it up.
So it's a new thing. Like, for give you an example, vaccination. To me, that used to mean that, well, you take this and you're protected from being infected. You can't be infected. Mm-hmm. So this can't be a vaccination then, can it? Because what do I need a booster for? I mean, if I already had the vaccination.
Yeah, 4 boosters.
Roger, you can't say you don't trust science. Don't do that on this podcast.
Yeah, you know, Dr. Fauci we respect Dr. Fauci because he is science.
It was such a great conversation the other day where this girl asks me a question. She's trying to get me. We talked about this on psychedelics. She said, why don't you try psychedelics? And she says, you trust science, don't you? And I said, define science. And she couldn't even answer it. I said, because the definition of science has changed a lot the last 3 years. What is science? To me, science is debate. If we can no longer have a debate, then there is no such thing as science anymore. Scientists can't sit there and debate their issues on each side.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.